Hello everyone, welcome to ET Studios, and today we're having a look at Microsoft Flight Simulator once again in VATSIM. We are starting off today with the same thing that we ended off with not last week, because I didn't do an upload last week. The week before last we had a flight in a Cessna 152 in Aldergrove at night, and it was an interesting flight. Not the easiest thing to watch because it was dark and YouTube compressed it so dark that it was actually quite difficult to see what was going on. But today we are, I believe, in live weather and live time, there we go, at Belfast City, because the controller's online, and it's a light wind day, which is quite nice, and we're just going to be flying around and having some fun. So it's the first video that I've produced while in the UK, which is very exciting for me, and I've fully set up my new rig here, which is quite cool. It's the same specs as the last one with a couple minor differences. The case has changed to a Corsair 280X, and I've got a new power supply, a EVGA 650BQ, just because those are the two things that were difficult to bring over to the UK. I've also updated my flight sim rig because I'm very excited about that. It's a Thrustmaster TCA side stick, the Airbus edition. Much better than what I had before. I wasn't really too worried about what I was going to get. It just had to be better than my old... I can't even remember what it was called, but it had terrible dead zones, very difficult to fly things with. Accompanying it is a... my voice and words are gone. It's a Logitech and Cytec. One of the two, depends. The branding is Logitech, but the website says Cytec. The throttle quadrant, the very simple three-axis throttle quadrant. Because it's really nice to have something on my right to be able to use the throttle instead of having to reach down to the joystick. It's decent, it's not amazing, but if you have a look down here, I can adjust it. It's a little bit of, you can see it like wobbling around a bit, but it's fine. It works just fine. And I've also got mixture on there, and I would have prop, but this aircraft doesn't have it. So, very exciting. I've also, to the pleasure of some people with faster internet, upgraded to a 1440p monitor, and from now on, almost all videos will be at 1440p, 30 FPS. Eventually maybe 60, but I just don't have the storage to be storing 60 FPS video, and it doesn't make that much of a difference, especially on flight simulators. Maybe in some faster-paced games I'll up it to 60 FPS and maybe drop it to 1080p depending on what you guys like. But let's start today's video. We are in Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee. This is actually a Cessna 172's registry, and I flew in it the other day on a discovery flight, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about it, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever done. So I'm very excited when I did that, and it was fantastic. I did it at Wellesbourne Airfield. I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in flying but hasn't done it yet. It's brilliant. So, today we're going to be starting off at Belfast City. Let's get our V-Pilot started up, and we are at EGAC, I believe. We've just been doing some circuits, and eventually I'll do a nice IFR flight. My plan today was a King Air flight, a long distance flight, but the towers went offline. That was what I wanted to use, and I like having tower at least where I start and where I end. I'm not too worried about in the middle, but unfortunately that one went offline. So I'm just doing a 152. It's probably a good idea to start slow. I haven't done a King Air flight before, so it probably would have been a bit much. So yeah, we are at Belfast City. 1 runway 04 and 22. So we are at the GA apron in a 152 Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee. So let's get V-Pilot started, connect to the server. Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee, Cessna 152, connecting to the server. Cool, that's done. Let's make sure that the tower is still here. Oh, they are. Okay, cool. It was just taking a second for the things to pop in. So we'll grab our ATIS information first. So we'll start battery. And our ATIS is 124.575. It's actually rather fitting that this is where I'm doing my flight today, because this is the first airfield I ever did a VATSIM flight at. This is a problem in the 152 at the moment. The comms panel doesn't work, but COM2 does. So I'm going to switch over to COM2. So my mic works on COM2, and then I'm going to switch the frequency on COM2. Very, very strange issue, and I've only had it in a little test flight I did earlier. So, yeah, very, very strange, but the comm panel does work on this one. So 124575. And there we go, the bottom one works, but the top one doesn't. Not expecting anything. It's been really weird with VATSIM recently, but ATIS just doesn't work. So I'm going to request control info and write down all the information we need. So we are information Papa. We are at, okay, that's fine. Runway in use is 22. Surface wind is 180 degrees at 5 knots. And QNH is 1015. So that's all the important information we need from them today. And now we will make our first radio call and say hello. So that will be on frequency 130850. Let's see, I'm the only one here today, so I'm not expecting anyone else to be talking. Let's just double check one more time to make sure that they are still there, because sometimes they disappear. But I think they are. My internet's being a bit slow, so hopefully that doesn't give us any issues today. Oh, there is another person here, though. But they are on text only. So that noise you're hearing in the background, that's them talking over text. So I will ask for a radio check, but before I do that, I need to file a flight plan, which is just circuits EGAC. 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 At 1240 Zulu. At 1000 feet. Flight plan is filed. Cool, so they have just been given clearance to taxi, so I will do my first call. Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee is my call sign. They are Belfast radar. And we have information Papa. Belfast radar, good day. Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee Cessna 152 radio check.
Belfast Sierra Kilo Yankee, Belfast, hello, readability 5.
5 as well, thanks. Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee is a Cessna 152 information Papa. We're going to be doing some circuits off of 22 today. Request startup.
Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee, setup approved, QNH 1015, you can squawk 7010.
Startup approved on QNH 1015, squawk 7010, Golf Kilo Yankee. Okay, so we'll be squawking 7010. Put that on standby for now. We're going to put our mixture to rich. I'm going to get my chart up for when we request taxi in a bit. And then we're going to start up the aircraft. So our mixture is rich. We're going to put our throttle at 1/4. We're going to give it 1 prime. And start. Might not work first try. Nope. Okay. I'm pretty sure that this is tank 1 and 2, but I'm going to just flick that switch in case it's not. I forgot the beacon light, so I'll turn that on. Oh dear. Okay, we'll give it 2 primes. Give it 3 primes. A little bit more throttle. No. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it just doesn't. Let's turn the alternator on. Oh, that was battery. Come on. It's really strange how it just sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. And someone can tell me, that would be really nice. It's quite cool, actually. I'll pull the carb heat. It is actually quite cool that it doesn't always work, because real planes have, you know, if you don't start them up properly, they won't start up. Come on. Okay, I'm going to control it, because I can't be bothered to wait too much longer. I would have figured it out if I was an actual pilot. If anyone can tell me, that'd be great. But there we go. Startup is approved. QNH is 1015. So we can set that on there. It's quite nice that this has QNH and Inches Mercury. It's got both of them. So that's quite nice. So we are ready for taxi. We're going to put this on, which is on mode C over there. It's a bit annoying that on turns it onto mode C instead of alt, but anyway. Golf Kilo Yankee request taxi.
Golf Kilo Yankee taxi, how about Alpha 1, runway 22 via Alpha?
Alpha 1 via Alpha, Golf Kilo Yankee. Alright. Probably should have said for 22, but it's fine, there's only one runway. Parking brake off. Taxi light on. I'm going to try and do a bit of checklist stuff on this flight. So, around we go. Alpha 1 is, well, it's a very simple airport. There's basically one taxiway. It goes past the main apron where all the airliners will park. And we are on a GA apron, so we'll just be heading in that direction. We should see a 738 pass us. 737-8. So they're standing by for departure. Not quite sure why. Probably just checking something. We are just taxiing along.
Golf Oscar Sierra Kilo Yankee from Alpha 1, do you require backtrack or can you take departure from there?
Can take departure from Alpha 1, Golf Kilo Yankee.
Golf Kilo Yankee, roger. Just stand by for about 2 minutes. I have a departure that's going to be running soon.
Roger. Okay, this is Alpha 1. They should be given clearance to take off any second now. But we can do our checks. So taxi light can go off. Beacon and beacon can stay on. Strobe and nav can go on. Landing light can go on. And that should be good. How much light is that going to give us? It's a bit annoying. And I can still see everything. Hopefully you can too. Car beat can go off. We'll do a quick check. So bring up power. RPM over here. Bit annoying. Put that at 1200. Funny, it's actually easier in real life. Okay, 1200. Okay, they've been given clearance to take off. We'll do 1, little drop, or forward. Left, drop, right. Okay. Okay, that aircraft has been given clearance to take off. Let's watch and go. We'll be given our clearance shortly, so I'll be ready on the paper. This plane over here should be going shortly. So yeah, there's our friend in the 737. We'll probably be given a radio call any second. 737 is showing up as an A320, which is lovely. Off it goes. Okay, we'll be given a call any second. Let's bring our throttle to idle. We've done our magneto checks. And that should be good. Not the full list of things you do in a real flight, but anyway. Let's wait for our call. We'll be given... I'm expecting right-hand circuits. Not above 1,000 feet VFR. I'm already on squawk 7010. We'll set that to actual altitude, which you do now. The text chat isn't working quite properly. I think the person accidentally copied and pasted his previous response. Interesting, they switched over to Aldergrove radar once they leave, even though we are actually...
Yankee, it will be left-hand, sorry, you clear left-hand circuits from runway 22, not above 1,500 feet to QNH 1015, and from Alpha 1, runway 22, cleared for takeoff, report downwind.
Left-hand circuits, not above 1,500 feet VFR, runway 22, and QNH 1015, clear for takeoff, runway 22, Golf Kilo Yankee. Weird, it was giving me all of the things at once. Pretty sure he said clear for takeoff. He said all the things. Left-hand circuits is not what I was expecting, but that's okay. This is runway 22, yeah. Just making sure I turned the right way. So left-hand circuits. Okay, our speed is alive, over 60, so there we go. Up in the air. 1,500 feet is plenty. So it's not what I was expecting at all, actually. It was the exact opposite at a higher altitude. Anyway, that's fine. Nice gentle climb. And we'll report left downwind as asked. So, left we go. There's a lot of people here, whereas not many people over there, so you'd expect to fly over the ocean instead of over the city. But, anyway, maybe there's some reason we're going this way. I would expect a left-hand circuit up of 04. Okay, we'll climb to 1,000 feet for the downwind and report downwind once we've leveled off. So we're roughly parallel to the runway over there, which is what you want. I'm going to get a landing rate monitor out, just for fun. We can judge my landings. Golf Kilo Yankee downwind.
Golf Kilo Yankee, roger. Confirm touching door, full stop.
I request touch and go, Golf Kilo Yankee.
Golf Kilo Yankee, roger. Report final, runway 22, no traffic to effect.
Report final, no traffic, Golf Kilo Yankee. Okay, I don't think like everything can really stay on. It's not a problem. We're quite low. This hill comes up quite high, so again, I would expect to circuit the other way around, but that's no problem. It's actually quite nice to see different scenery in the area. That's quite cool. Right, we'll start our left turn. It would actually be quite windy here as well, because that's quite a steep hill, so you'd get a whole bunch of wind and lots of buffeting around here. Lovely. Right, we'll bring down our throttle a bit for a descent. I think I am actually feeling some wind. That's quite cool. That's nice. So there's our runway over there. So we're on our base leg now. So we're on touch and go, and we'll do the same again. So we're turning for final. We'll call final. It looks like there's another plane that just spawned in there, so, or before we took off. So there'll be some other traffic at some point, maybe. Oh, look at that. Nice. Nice turn on to final. Golf Kilo Yankee final.
Golf Kilo Yankee, runway 22, clear touch and go, surface wind 180 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear touch and go 22, Golf Kilo Yankee. So we'll keep the power where it is. In fact, could drop it even more. And our landing rate monitor can judge me. I'll tell you what. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I'll tell you what it is. I usually get around 100, just under 200 sometimes with the 152. Oh no, not a crash. Okay, it was just a freeze. I'm getting lots of crashes at the moment. Not very fun. It was just a freeze though. I'll land a bit long. I'll go with the Pappies because it's just a touch and go and it's a long runway, so plenty of space. Okay, I'll kill the power because we're quite fast. And I'll do a nice floaty touch and go. 66 feet per minute. How nice. That's fantastic. Okay. I'm glad I'm practicing more in the smaller planes because that gives me lots of confidence because they're very nice landing rates. Cool, so we'll enter a left-hand circuit again, report downwind, and we'll ask for a full stop. See if I can do quite as well on a full stop. We can roll all the way through to here, or we can turn on Alpha 1 and block up the airlanes on the taxiway. So we'll see what happens. It's quite a long runway, so we probably can do Alpha 1 because it's halfway down. So turning now onto our crosswind leg. Okay, there's the runway. We'll climb more because the hills were high. So I'll keep the thrust all the way up for now. We're actually decreasing in speed ever so slightly. That's okay. Climb all the way up. We'll start our turn. And continue the climb. Don't believe we have any flaps out. No, we never have. Good, good, good. Golf Kilo Yankee downwind for full stop.
Golf Kilo Yankee, roger. Report final, runway 22.
Report final, Golf Kilo Yankee. So the call I just made there before my response was very similar to the call I got to make on my Discovery flight, which I was very happy about. I asked the instructor specifically if I could do a radio call or two, because I'd done a lot of real world, well, not real world, but a lot of simulated air traffic control with real world procedures, and he said, yeah, that's fine. So when we got to our downwind, he let me do the downwind call, which I was super excited about. It was a very fun day, and getting to do the radio call was just that one extra step that was amazing. Wellsbourne's got an amazing Vulcan bomber that sits there. It's still got its engines working and everything, so I highly recommend checking out Wellsbourne if you can. It's fantastic. Cool, so we'll start our base leg. Bring our throttle back to idle this time, because we want to be a bit slower, and we'll put out 1 notch of flaps in the meantime. To help with that, let me know. So this white line on the inside is, I know it's for flaps in some way, but is it for the beginning of flaps or for landing flaps? I don't know. Oh, my internet's being a bit dodgy. That's not good. I had an issue connecting to the voice server, which is not nice. But it's back, so hopefully when I make my call, someone will answer. Golf Kilo Yankee final.
Golf Kilo Yankee, runway 22, clear to land, surface wind 180 degrees 5 knots.
Clear to land 22, Golf Kilo Yankee. Cool. So a bit lower this time. That's fine, because we won't land quite as long as before. We'll aim for the numbers instead of the touchdown markers. And float to the float as long as we like, because if you, I don't know, if you flare too early and you float, you can still make it a soft landing. If you flare too late, it's tough. So 1 more notch of flaps. We won't do full flaps for landing. We'll bring down up power even more. 60 knots. Still aiming for the numbers. Early flare. (118 feet per minute), so it's like double last time, but still decent. Cool, we'll roll to Alpha 1. Vacate and taxi back to the GA apron. Nice little flight, but a very nice flight to do, and a great way to bring us back into the channel with regular uploads. I might be missing 1 or 2 more, but I'll try and have a consistent pattern like I have so far. I've missed 2 uploads, and I upload every other week. And that'll be the way it'll go until I am fully set up and ready to go again, and then I will start doing weekly uploads again. So there we go.
Golf Kilo Yankee, welcome to City. You going back to parking?
If I'm back to the GA apron.
Roger, you can taxi Alpha to the apron.
Alpha to the GA apron, Golf Kilo Yankee. Cool. So flaps up. Taxi light can go on, strobe off, nav off, landing off. Oh, that other plane disappeared as well, so they must have just spawned in and gone away. That's unfortunate. So yeah, there we go. A nice, successful flight in the 152. Startup was a bit weird. Let me know if there's a specific way of starting up the Asobo one. I thought I did most things correctly, but I always have trouble with this specific plane. It's a bit strange. But anyway, that was nice to do, and I really hope you guys are enjoying the videos. More stuff like this will be coming out. I'll try and do some rocketry stuff once I can get back to that in the UK. Laws are a little bit different, but I can still get all the rocketry stuff I was doing before, so that's quite cool. And other games like Space Engineers and Kerbal Space Program will return very soon. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.